Hello, hello. I am Sarah Ayler from SoftFlexCompany.com, and I have my good friend here, Elena from Mirrix Looms. Hi, Elena.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone.
Well, since we last talked, you have some exciting news to share with us. You have a brand new loom. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So just a few weeks ago, in July, we launched our newest loom, which is the Chloe loom. You can see it here.
Hmm.
Cannot get it all in the shot at once. It is a super portable, meant to be a pocket loom. Little loom that's for tapestry, but it's also for bead weaving. We actually, in 2020, came out with the Saffron pocket loom, which was the first in our series of these pocket looms. For anyone that doesn't know, most of our looms are a little bit bigger, have, a lot more accessory options and stuff like this. So this new line is kind of less expensive, and they're way more portable. You can throw them in a bag. The Saffron pocket loom was very, very popular, but it only came with warp spacing at 8 ends per inch, which means there are 8 warp threads in an inch horizontally across the loom. And so it couldn't really be used for bead weaving. So the huge thing that we came up with the Chloe loom is that you can change the set on this loom. So there are these little combs. In fact, like you can see one off the loom here, and those can actually be changed out. So people can weave at 6 ends per inch if they're, weaving with a thick yarn, and they can also weave at 14, which works perfectly with 11 OC beads. So that's really, really awesome, and we're super excited about that.
Oh, wow. Well, Elena sent me one of these looms and I saved it so that I could open it with you. And then she's going to walk me through how to put it together. I'm not great with directions, so hopefully she's very patient. And we'll set it up and just kind of take a look at it. And then I think she has a little project going there that we can take a closer look at and just generally hang out. So I have been a big fan of Mirrix Looms since I met them at Bead and Button years and years ago. I have several Mirrix Looms myself and have used them with SoftFlex in multiple different diameters as the warp threads. So I'm super duper excited to see how this might be a little bit different and how it might apply, of course, to my beloved SoftFlex beading wire too. I see everybody found our giveaway, Elena. Down at the bottom, you want to comment win beads. I'm going to give away one of our ceramic bead mixes. At the end, you must be present to win. You only need to enter once. Once you've commented, you're entered, and it will not count you more than once. It's an automatic tool. So right now I see 15 entries already. Keep it up. You're doing great because there are about 50 of you here. So I know there are way more of you who still need to enter. Terry has a great comment here. Terry says that the Mirrix looms are each a work of art. I have a big sister loom as well. It's large, but so handy. Yeah, they're beautifully made. They're made here in the US. And Elena's mom is the person who created that first Mirrix loom. And she made it so that she could take it places with her. So even though they're big, if you're weaving fabric, usually they're huge. And so it was nice to have something that you could adapt to be able to take with you a variety of places. Is that right, Elena?
Yeah. She was, at the time, she was an artist, but a stay-at-home mom, and she was a professional tapestry weaver. Our looms are tapestry and bead looms. And she was looking for a loom that she could take to soccer games and gymnastics meets and stuff like that. And also at the time on airplanes, I remember the first loom, she wanted something that would fit in an airplane tray. But now with TSA rules, I'm
It's a
feel
little
yeah, nervous about taking a big hunk of metal on an airplane. But
those were back in the days when you could walk somebody to the gate and like wave to them from the window. Yeah.
yeah, I barely remember that. Yeah.
It's changed, hasn't it? Okay. My camera was going in and out. I was just trying to see what happened. It's good. Well, I can totally understand. I also go to soccer games, and the girls are signed up for gymnastics this coming year. So hopefully just a gymnastics class, but not further than that. There's only one of me. I can only do so much, right? Well, let's open this box and take a look at what we got here. Where is my, oh, it's down here.
So basically, the box that you're opening, the loom comes unassembled. Once you put it together, you don't have to unassemble it again, but you can if you want to. You know, if you want to make it super small to throw in a suitcase or something like that. It's actually available with 2 little wrenches that look like this. So you can both tighten the tension on the loom, but you can also put it together and take it apart on the go if you want or need to. Those are those little wrenches. We had those custom made, and they actually, one side works on our bigger looms too, for tightening and loosening the tension. So,
oh, that's good to know.
A fun little tool. We are very excited about these wrenches.
A really nice assembly and warping instruction page.
Yeah.
That will go through all of the steps. If you don't have Elena with you live to help you out.
I actually I printed out our PDF instructions. So I have all the pictures and can help you, because I inevitably will forget a step if I don't have them in front of me.
Oh, good. Got some parts here. Like they maybe just slid out of their bag. Okay. And then this is a separate part that came on top.
Oh, that is the stand. So,
oh, I see. Maybe leave it for last.
Well, should we work on putting it together? That might add a lot of time. Why don't we skip the stand?
Okay.
Just get the loom together.
Okay. What should I do first, Elena?
Okay. So the first thing, so take your threaded rod there. And this is the normal length threaded rod that comes with the loom. We also have a long one available if you want to make really long pieces, and a short one available, because one of the fun things
for beading.
Yeah, well, yeah, one of the fun things about this loom is that you can make it as tall or as long as the rod that you are using. And you can make four-selvage pieces, which means for bead weaving, you can make pieces where you only have 2 ends to finish. And when weaving with SoftFlex, that is super, super cool. So the loom was made for SoftFlex weaving. So,
yay!
Okay.
I love it.
So take your one of your wing nuts and put it about 2.5 inches down on the rod, with the wings facing down the other way.
I'm so glad I have someone to help me do this today.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I don't have the wherewithal to learn anything new after doing whatnot all week.
Maybe each loom should come with personalized.
Right? Get to meet with you and get instructions on the phone.
Maybe
2.5 inches?
Like 2.5 inches. Yeah, you'll see if it needs to go down a little bit further, because the top beam is going to fit over that. And then you're going to take, there's a double washer. There's a little washer with ridges, and just put that on right over that.
Which way? Or, oh, it's the same.
It doesn't matter, yeah. And then you're going to take your top beam, which is the one, I know you got, I'm not sure if you got one with a sticker on it. But yeah, that looks correct.
This one or this one, it doesn't matter which one.
I think it should be fine. Yeah, normally you'd be able to tell if there was a sticker on one, but I think you got a loop. Oh yeah, okay, that's the bottom one. So it's the one you first had. Is correct.
Okay, that's the bottom. Got it.
I wasn't sure if we sent you a prototype or an actual. So then just stick that on. And then you're going to put another washer.
The same style?
Same style washer, yep. And then secure it with a wing nut with the wings facing up. And there's the top beam. So the top beam, the reason it has those wing nuts is because that's how you adjust the tension on your warp on the loom. So you can actually adjust those wing nuts as you're weaving or once you've already warped the loom. The bottom beam, which you'll put on now, is just meant to be stable all the time. And so before you put that on, just make sure I'm doing this all correctly, right? You're going to put one of the little
I got a bigger.
What are they called? Not the cap nut. The acorn nut? Acorn nut. No, not that. One that one in the middle next to your bar.
This one?
Nope, the other one that you were about to touch. That one. Yep. That one goes on next.
Okay, does it go on here?
Yep, right on there. And again, like 2.5 inches or so.
This is so exciting. So this is called the Chloe loom. Is that right?
A Chloe loom, yes. Named after my mom's. Okay, and actually a washer next.
Oh.
Sorry. And then the beam.
Okay.
And then the cap nut goes on last. So that one. Yeah, so screw that on, and then you're going to have to screw back the other one a little bit because you want
because this just stays. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you want that, and then the little black thing goes on the top just to cover up the.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessary for weaving, but
it just makes it look a little nicer.
Just a little finishing touch. And then on the bottom beam, you'll want to use those 2 wrenches to hold the nut at the bottom and both of them surrounding the beams, just to tighten everything up. So you can kind of use them both at once just to make sure that bottom beam is super, super tight.
Okay.
This is the kind of thing that's hard to do on live video. Yeah, exactly.
Aha, I did it.
See, not too bad at all. And then that's it. You don't have to put it together ever again if you don't want to.
And then the stand just clips in and it helps make it sit upright.
Yeah, so you put different nuts on in the middle. You actually will have to remove the bottom again to do it.
Okay.
But I didn't think I had the wherewithal to name the different screws that needed to go on.
Yes, we got it.
That's not my forte.
This is a good start.
But this is what the stand looks like. I actually have one on.
Okay, let me bring you up. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Here we go.
So you have some screws here that you can set anywhere on the loom. And then you have this little stand. And it actually, if you see that little place, it actually just fits in. And then the loom is like super, super stable with that leg. And what's cool is you can remove it. So if you want to weave with the loom upright for a little bit and then take the little stand off and weave with it just on
That's really nice. Yeah, that's
so
super nice.
And it has little feet, those little the little rubber pieces that can.
Well, let's look at yours here. And can you tell us a little bit about how you would set it up to do a project like the one that you're doing?
Yeah. So one of the really fun things about both the Saffron Loom and this loom is Warping is so easy. So I am using, where is the SoftFlex that I was using? Oh, did I, this was Soft Touch Very Fine in black that I was using, except I used up the whole thing of it, so I don't have any more to show you.
But it has the warp threads?
That's the warp thread, yeah.
Okay.
And there are a lot of reasons why this loom is really great for SoftFlex. One is what I was saying before, is that you can make a four-selvage piece, and so you only have basically the knots that you tied are the only ends that you need to finish, which is really, really nice. Also, that because the tension is so good and can be adjusted by turning the wig nuts as you go, you can really get tight tension, which SoftFlex is wonderful for because it's so strong.
I love that.
So to warp it, all you do is you tie on to one of the tines, you know, anywhere on the loom, depending on how wide a piece you want to make. And then you just zigzag. You go up around a tine, then go just zigzag around, and then tie off on your last tine when you're.
So when it comes off, how will you attach it to a clasp?
So, I mean, it depends on the clasp that you're using. This piece that I'm working on right now. So what I'll do is I've set the loom to, I forget exactly how long it is, but it's like 7 inches or 6 inches or something, which is exactly the length that my piece is going to be. So I'm going to weave from the very bottom all the way up to the top. Then I'll loosen the tension. I'll remove the piece from the loom. And there are these little loops on either end. And when the piece relaxes a little bit, the beads will kind of just take over those loops. So you'll have a piece where you just have these two ends. What I'm going to do with this piece is I'm putting it on a cuff. And then I'm going to back it ultra suede.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
So when I tie it off over here, let me go to my, when I tie it off to start it, I probably want to leave a pretty decent length of wire if I want to attach to something, right?
Yes. Yeah. I always leave more than I could possibly need just in case.
Right.
You know, just as a rule, since I've made that mistake so many times.
Yeah, totally. And then did you just do like one single, like simple knot with SoftFlex?
I just did a double knot with the SoftFlex.
Like
the last knot, I recommend doing a slip knot if you know how to do that. You can also just do a regular knot. A slip knot's nice because it's easier when you're doing a slip knot to, you know, make sure that you have even tension when you tie off. For some reason, I am notoriously terrible at knots, and I have to look up how to do a slip knot every single time I do one. Like I have a bookmarked page on how to make a slip knot, and every time I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Let me get a ruler because I'm probably going to want to measure, right, between my two pieces.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to just see, but yeah, that's never a bad idea.
I've got a pink school ruler ready to go.
My daughter found my little measuring tape, which apparently was my only measuring tape the other day, and
good luck with that.
It broke almost immediately. So now
I know. Yeah.
How I only had one measuring tape, I have no idea.
I know. My kids have broken all of my measuring tapes. I bought them for them, and they've broken their own measuring tapes. Like they just are a little too hard. So if I were trying to do like 6 inches, I would keep going.
And the shorter beam, you know, you can, no matter which bar rod that you're using, you can make you could make an earring size piece. You could make something super short. The shorter one, which is just this, I forget exactly how short it is, but It's nice if you're making a lot of small pieces, like if that's all you're going to make, just because you don't have a whole lot of extra at the top. You can see there, you know, there's a couple inches extra. If you're making something really short, there's a lot of extra threaded rod at the top. So we thought, hey, why not make a shorter one?
Right. And then when I come to this end, I'm just looping around it and heading back.
Yeah. So you're just zigzagging around. Exactly. And then just back up. Yeah. And that's it.
Do I skip one or do I go to the same?
So go to the next one over.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
So you skip one in between. Let me bring
No,
that up.
wait, hold on. No. Do everyone.
Oh.
Go around every single time.
Okay. And that's going to leave enough space between?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, UPS is here. Shadow's protecting me, everybody.
I made my husband take the dog because that would happen.
Oh. I'm to the point now where it is what it is, you know, like everybody knows here when they watch me. I have a dog. I have children. They're unpredictable.
We're watching somebody else's dog right now too, and so it is very loud when someone comes to the door.
So how many times, like, do I need to do an even number or odd number? Are there any rules about how many?
No, it's just one more warp thread than the number of beads that you want to use. So I think I have 12 beads across on the piece that I'm working on here. So I have 13 warp threads.
I see. And then when I'm done, I will be tying off on the opposite end.
Yeah. And you can tie off on the top or the bottom, depending if you have an odd or an even number of warp threads.
Okay. So does that look right so far?
Yep, that looks right. Okay. And then when you tighten up the tension, you'll see
it'll be easier to see it. Okay.
Be even and they'll straighten themselves out.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Shadow. I feel so protected. She's over here wagging her tail at me, everybody. Like I protected you. I'm so amazing. Are you still fostering dogs, Elena?
Yeah, we are. Right now, the dog we're watching was a foster from not very long ago.
So. Oh, and it didn't work out in a new home, or they're just...
No, they're on vacation, and I don't normally watch former foster dogs because I think that could turn into a full-time job. But
you've had so many.
He's really anxious in new places.
Oh.
So it was nice that, you know, he feels comfortable here. And
yeah, that's sweet of you.
Yeah, it was good. Lily, my daughter's very excited to see him again. So
that's sweet too. It's like an old friend, right?
Yeah. Oh. My dog is not so much of a fan of this particular dog though. So he was...
Oh, really? That's unusual, right?
Yeah, you know, my dog's 12 now, and he's a little bit of a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
And this dog is very energetic and puppy-like. And
he's like, oh, this one again.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want anyone jumping on my head. Thank you very much.
Oh no.
But otherwise, it's been good. Yeah, and if there's a little bit of slack, you can kind of even out the warp threads by just sort of going through, because then you can, just kind of pull.
The real deal of how this works for someone who's never used it before.
Yeah, the hardest part is definitely like tying knots.
You could probably use like a bead stopper or something, but we'll try a knot this time and see what happens. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up.
Yeah, so to tighten the tension, you're just going to loosen that top wing nut a little bit and then tighten that bottom one. Yeah, and that will, as you do that, you'll tighten the tension right there.
And I still have a little bit that I need to work on here for this one.
Just pull a little bit. And you can, yeah, see how that all kind of evens out and gets super, super tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and that will give me enough space between those to do size 11.
Size 11 seed beads, yeah.
So are you using a thread for your warp through?
Yeah, I am just using 1G bead thread. But yeah, any bead thread. You could also use SoftFlex.
Mm-hmm. So I could take some very fine soft touch and weave that in.
Yeah. So we are also, right now, we're still in the testing stages, but we are coming out with combs for this new loom at 16 and 18 EPI. So people will be able to, excuse me, weave delicas, 11.0 delicas.
Oh.
Which will be really great. So it was,
suggesting a teeny tiny crochet hook if you need to move one. Oh yeah, that would be handy.
Oh yeah.
Terry also says that your dog is like, hey, you young pup, get off my lawn.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Lots of good girls for Shadow too, for protecting me. Let me get a little dish. I have some seed beads. Let's just, why not? Let's do a little bit and see how it goes. And then we can take a look at what you've got going over there. Have you made anything else with this loom that you want to share with us?
For some reason, I don't have like anything within reach right now.
When you tie your, what is this, the weft thread that goes back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you tie it off? Do you just tie it to your side, or what do you do?
The way I start it is I leave that end, weave my beads, come back through, and then I tie the working end with that end together in that first row in a knot, and then I weave my second row in. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so. I just swear I took some beads out and then I don't know. The bead fairy, oh, there they are. The bead fairy took them away from me. So these are, I think, some size 11 Miyukis. So they should probably work.
Are those delicas? Because the 11.0 delicas are smaller than the 11.
They are delicas. Do you think they'll be too small?
You could try them. I mean, they're going to be a little bit smaller in that space than the regular 11.0 seed beads that aren't delicas.
So do you normally start under or over?
Okay, so string up your beads. So one fewer bead than the number of warp threads you have, and then bring that under once those are strung up.
And this will go in between each of these threads, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to string 10 of these little tiny guys. If you guys are free at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, I will be going live for the very first time on Whatnot. I'm sure it will be entertaining because I've never used it before and I will not know what I'm doing. We are testing it out for the Bead Bonanza this weekend, and we would absolutely love if you'd come hang out. We put up a link on our Facebook page and our Instagram page, and it went into our email today on how to join us on Whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then bring it underneath and pop them up, right?
Yeah. And what you can do, if you can get them all in between the warp threads at once, that's fine. But you can also start with the ones that are closest to the end of your needle. You can just put one through, weave through, put the next one through, weave through if you can't.
That would be easier for me. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and pretend like I can do this for a minute.
The first row is always, I mean, in any bead weaving, the first row is always the hardest one to get in, and then.
Oh, I think I did it.
Yeah.
Just hold that thread.
Is there not something so satisfying about doing that though?
It is if you could keep it there, and I wish I would have pulled my thread through first. There you go.
And then just leave a little tail there that you can tie. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to go back over the top.
I love
find bead weaving is the trickiest on live videos because it's just too far from my face. I'm like, those little tiny bead holes are just a little tough.
You know what I find very difficult is being live and trying to follow a bead pattern.
Oh gosh. Yes, that's why I wanted you to tell me the instruction. I'm not good at that either.
I can't
do that.
Read a pattern and have that in my head while like talking.
Mm-hmm. This might need a needle. I think it's a little tricky. I was thinking maybe I could do it with just the soft touch. But it does look like I probably need like a big eye needle or something to help it get through there. Soft Touch 010. Let me see if I can pass through once or not. Sometimes it helps if I just like push it along a little bit, but it's kind of catching my 014 warp thread. So I think probably needs a needle to like really make it through. All right. Well, I'll sift around for a needle. Let's look at the project that you had going.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I am terrible at following a pattern while live, and here is a pattern that I'm following while live. This is
lucky you.
That is actually going to be a kit with SoftFlex. In fact, let me see if I have my pattern here. Okay, this is kind of what it's going to look like. It's like a neon chevron kind of pattern. And then it's going to be, as I was saying, on a cuff, and we're going to put ultra suede on the other side. So it'll be super comfy. I actually have woven a couple prototypes of this, and I cannot find any of them. But I had been using silver soft touch, and I decided to go with black ultimately. And I was going to do a silver cuff, but then I couldn't find anyway, I'm really happy with the black. So that is what I'm working on. I don't think I've ever used neon beads before, and I'm kind of loving it.
Yeah. How will you attach the beadwork to the cuff? Will you glue it on there?
Yes, we'll start by gluing it, and then I'll like very lightly glue the beadwork and the ultra suede, which I'll cut under the cuff. Glue those together on either side, and then sew the ultra suede to the edge of the beadwork. Do edging beads.
I just took down my whole thing while you were talking. So you're gonna put it on ultra suede, is that right?
Yeah. So I'll put ultra suede on the back, and then the bead piece on the front, and then sew those two together.
I see. Oh, look at how nice that goes through with a needle. I wish I had my big eye needle right here to try, but I'll try it later and see if that helps with the soft touch to get it to go through. Because I'm curious if that'll work as a warp thread. It's so pretty. I love this design. And they can follow you on Instagram and Facebook to eventually see what this design looks like, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I will post pictures, and we should have the kit up for sale probably in the next few weeks.
Sweet.
So
They can order this loom now.
yeah, the loom is for sale now. We've gotten through the first kind of wild batch of orders, and looms are going out pretty fast now.
Good.
So yeah, it's launches are always so stressful.
Hard.
Um,
Yes. Because you want everyone to get their thing fast, but it's hard to get everybody everything. And it's, yes, totally.
What was interesting about this, so we have, I don't remember if I said this before, we have a 5-inch version of this loom, which is what this one is, and the one you have, it has a 5-inch weaving width. And then we have an 8-inch one. And we were kind of thinking that they would sell about equally, but the 8-inch one has been much more popular than the 5-inch one. People love the bigger one. And so we had uneven stock with all of that. So we were like, oh my gosh, more 8-inch.
So it never guessed that too. It's like,
yeah, it's so hard to tell with stuff like that. We also, we're selling the loom. So if somebody just wants to do it, use this loom for bead weaving, they can buy it with just the 14 dent comb. And then we'll have a package when we have the 16 and the 18 available. And so we thought a lot of people would say, you know, I only weave at 10 EPI, or I only want to weave beads at 14. So we thought we'd be selling a lot of different individual looms with just one comb or maybe one or two. But pretty much everyone has bought the whole package with all of the different combs, because I think what people want is the ability to
do everything.
Yeah, exactly. The versatility of that, which is the real selling point of this loom, that, you know,
for sure,
portable, it has wonderful tensions. You can make a, you know, professional quality piece, but also it's super versatile.
Awesome. We have 51 entries in our giveaway right now. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes to get your entry in. You enter by commenting #WinBeads. It's automatic. You can only enter once. In the meantime, we added some new beads to the website today that I just wanted to quickly pay attention to. They're all check glass beads. There's a few different shapes. They're excellent deals. Joyce priced them really well. I even emailed her this morning and was like, are you sure these are the right prices? Because it looks like a really good deal. But she's the woman who knows. So I love this combination. The red and the baby blue is really pretty. We've got some of those really flashy leaves for some fall jewelry, some beautiful orange tulips. And we added a few more of our, I think they're 4mm strands. I wonder what these would be like. So you have one that's whiter, right, Elena?
Yeah, a bunch that are,
maybe even do like a 3 or a 4mm check glass bead. Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then we've got some of these little ones too, some cubes and whatnot. So those all went on the website today at softflexcompany.com. We're giving away a free melon drop bundle with orders over $99. Lasts through next Tuesday. So check that out. And then, like I said, I'm going to be on Whatnot. It's an app that you download. It's a live selling app. It's sort of an eBay meets home shopping network. I'm testing it out. I'm doing my very first test run at 4:30 today. Anyone can join and come hang out. I will probably try to do some giveaways because I have to figure out how the giveaway feature works. And I will be going through the basics of beading because some people on Whatnot have probably never met me before or even seen SoftFlex beading wires. So I was planning to talk about the different diameters, how and when you would use them, and make a basic bracelet so that anyone who is brand new to us kind of gets those fundamentals that are so important for jewelry making of SoftFlex. So I will be doing that at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Hope to see you there. Also, there's a link in our email, and then I think I posted it on Facebook. If you click the link when you join, it gives you automatically $15 free to use on the app in any way, shape, not just for SoftFlex, but anywhere you want. So make sure you take advantage of that too if you're new to that platform. And then Friday morning, the Bead Bonanza kicks off with SoftFlex Company, and that's at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. All of it's on Whatnot, but we will be live streaming to Facebook and YouTube as well. So people that aren't on Whatnot can check it out. But I think you have to go into the app to actually purchase anything. Okay, now that that's set aside, let's do our giveaway. My favorite part of the show. Let me share my screen with you. And we've got 61 entries. I'm going to give you a bag of ceramic beads from Peru. And if you are a winner, make sure you email info@softflexcompany.com to claim your prize. But first, let us know you're here. Sherry on YouTube, please comment and let us know you're still here so that you can claim your prize. This way I know you got my instructions and will be contacting us at info@softflexcompany.com too, so we can get your information. You'll want to email us your shipping address and let them know you won a bag of ceramic beads. And Thomas will also email so that they are aware. Let's see. Where's Sherry at today? Is she still here?
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Are you nervous for her?
Here.
Be here. Every once in a while, they'll have left and or they'll come back all of a sudden. So it's always a little bit of a waiting game, but sometimes I end up giving away two things. Oh, there she is. Good job, Sherry. So you got my instructions. Email info@softflexcompany.com. Provide your shipping information, and we will send you a bag of ceramic beads. And I will be showing you guys more about those ceramic beads on Whatnot in just a little bit, because that's one of the items that we have on sale today. So anything else that you wanted to share with us, Elena? I feel like we haven't seen you in so long. We may not see you again for a long time. Any wisdom you want to impart upon us?
I don't know. You know, everything, my whole life has just been this Chloe loom for, I feel like, the last 6 months. So I'm so excited that it's launched, and so far the reviews have been amazing. I'm really excited that people can use it with beads. I feel like this is really kind of a new thing on the market. You know, a little portable professional quality loom like this that can also accommodate beads. So super excited about that. It was
so pretty too. So if I wanted to get one that was wider, I would get it and then I would just screw it in here.
Yeah, it just screws in and out.
So nice.
So it's really, really easy to do.
And how many options are there on that piece?
So the 8-inch one has a 6 EPI option, and then both of them have 8, 10, 12, and 14. And then we hopefully very soon will have a 16 and an 18. A fun thing about doing the ones that are a little bit wider is, I was thinking about this when you're showing those beads that you have by your loom, is you can do things like you could weave some, at a pretty wide set, some bigger beads. And then, if you found out that, an 8/0 bead equaled 2 in terms of width of one of those bigger beads, you could weave 2 8/0 beads between each thread, and make a really interesting textured piece like that. So that's something that's really fun to experiment with.
Well, we're really sad that you won't make it for Customer Appreciation Week this year, but we understand that this took a lot of energy to come out with a whole new product like this. So we will be missing you, but I'm glad we're able to get a little piece of you here on a live beading party.
This was actually supposed to be my project for
Customer Appreciation Week. Well, maybe when you launch the kit, you can come back and hang out again, and we'll be able to look at the finished piece. And
that would be super fun. Yeah, I would love to do that. It's so fun.
Less of a time crunch. Customer Appreciation Week has a lot of deadlines that come up quickly.
Yeah, it happens so fast. I'm excited actually to think about other things other than launching this loom.
I'm sure. I know how that works with a big project. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm really over this whole thing. Yeah. Even though it's great, it's too much.
It feels good to be done. It feels like the stress of launching a new product.
Yes. If you're interested in Customer Appreciation Week, there's a link on the SoftFlex company website. Right at the top, it has a list of all the designers that are there. Elena has blessed us with her designs the last 2 years. She's taking a year off this year, but hopefully we'll be back next year. And there are about 10 kits available. A couple of them sold out, but Nile and Danielle are scrambling to make more. They didn't quite make enough for how many people were going to be interested in their kit. But please do be kind to them. I've heard they've been getting a few emails that people are disappointed. And I hate for them to feel a lot of pressure because each of our companies is different. Nile's company is something he does on the side. He has a full-time job too. And Danielle works full-time for John Bead and was also doing this as like a side job, basically. I mean, it's part of her job, but it's also the kits that she does, she makes them all herself. She doesn't have any employees, she's doing it on her own. So just remember, they're doing as many as they can. And sometimes, like Elena was saying, you just can't guess how many people are going to want something, and as one woman and one man shows over there, we want to make sure we're supporting and loving them and happy that they're part of our Customer Appreciation Week. And they surely are trying to pull together more right now. Both of them told me they were. So stay tuned for that. There are plenty of other beautiful kits. If you weren't able to get those 2 kits, don't sweat it. Pick a kit from someone you've never done a design with before and see what it's like. Go over and maybe get the kit from Abby Berta at the Bead Place, or go check out Joyce Trowbridge from Just Bead It, or any of our friends that are on the list. They're all spectacular kits, and everyone I know will be happy with whatever kits they end up with in the end. Oh, thanks for being here with us today, Eileen. And thanks to everybody who spent time with us today and took a look at this beautiful loom. I hope you'll go check it out more at mirrixlooms.com. Correct?
Yeah, mirrixlooms.com.
And there is the website right there. And learn more about the Chloe loom there, and then the whole family of looms that the Chase family have put together. It's there's a lot of options, and if you love weaving, this is a company you should most definitely be following. Thank you for being here, Elena. We always love when we get to spend time with you.
Yeah, it's always so much fun. It's like a treat to to do these with you. So this was wonderful. And thank you for having me and for helping share our new loom.
Absolutely. I can't wait to take it for like a real test drive without a camera over me.
Yeah, you should take it to a soccer game.
I should, because I will be going to a lot of those very soon. That's a very good idea. I'll have to take a picture of me looming at the soccer game.
Yes, please do. Please do.
I feel like that would make your mother really happy.
Oh, no.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And of course, you can learn more about us at softflexcompany.com. Hopefully, I'll see many of you on Whatnot, or maybe a couple of you, just a little, or maybe I'll be all alone. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see in just a little